Welcome to the Boss Experience, the podcast that gives you actionable tips and strategies to start your business. And I'm your host, Michele Davis. Let's get started. So I just wanted to kind of allow you to shift your mind for a bit and remind you that if you don't have goals established yet, this is the time to really get some goals down, get some goals written on paper. And so I want to give you some tips for goal planning. And strangely enough, the same tips I'm going to give you is what we used when I worked in my career in nonprofit services to plan our goals for the year. And, just a quick tip is, as much as you may hate your 9 to 5, you always want to look at what skills, what are things that you can take away from that 9 to 5 and apply to your own business. And I think we kind of lose sight of that because we're desperate to escape and get out. But, there are some good things that you can break away from and actually take with you and, grow your own business. One of my takeaways from my nonprofit years is SMART goal planning. And so what is SMART goal planning? So SMART goal planning is, making sure your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So let's talk about that for a minute and how it relates to your business. So specific goals. So you want to have goals that are not like, I want to be a multi-millionaire. Okay, we all do. How are you going to get there? So maybe a specific goal is going to be, I am going to launch my skincare business. I am going to launch my consulting business. Whatever the goal is, make sure you're specific and that it's your big goal and that you're very specific about it. The next thing you want it to be is to be measurable. So you want to have some indicators of when you've met that goal. So let's say, you want to scale your business to serve 50 people for the year, or 100 people, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you can measure that. How are you actually going to serve them? What specific service are you going to serve them through? What kind of indicators are you going to have to let you know that you've met that? Are you trying to serve them in a group program? Are you trying to serve them, on one-on-one sessions? Is this how many client calls you actually want to have? Onboarding calls, strategy calls? What exactly are you measuring? The next thing you want to do is make sure your goal is attainable. So, attainable is a tricky one because I always tell people, don't allow limiting beliefs to prevent you from planning big goals. When you think about what's attainable, you want to make sure that it's attainable within the time frame that you're working with. So you don't want to, let's say, I want to be a multimillionaire by December 31st at 5 o'clock, and then right now it's 8 a.m. December 31st. So unless you're going to rob a bank, that's not an attainable goal. So you want to make sure that the goal that you're seeking is something you can do within the time frame that you are working with. And the next thing you want to do is make sure your goal is relevant to your business. So you want to establish relevant goals. So you want to make sure that, whatever it is that you're doing is working toward the larger goal for you. Because we can get caught up in a lot of busy work that at the end of the day don't grow our business. They're not revenue generating activities. So you want to make sure that you're working on activities that are income earning, revenue producing activities. It's important to make sure that whatever it is you're achieving, that you have indicators that allow you to know that you have an attainable goal and that these activities that you're working on are going to get you to your big goal. And then the last part of SMART goal planning is making sure your goals are time bound. So if you're going to start a business, just don't say, I'm going to start a business and, by what time frame? I'm going to start my business in the next 90 days, or by March 31st, my business will be up and running. Or I'm going to scale my business to serve 100 people on a strategy call by June 30th. Whatever your goal is, make sure there's a specific time because that holds you accountable to reaching that goal. And it's not just some loose goal that you've thrown out there that you don't have any incentive to achieve. So that is my 2 cents on goal planning. I use SMART goal planning both in my personal life and in my business. I have different goals for different aspects of my business, that I want to accomplish, because if I try and lump all my goals and try and plan out everything all together, it doesn't really work. So kind of think of the different elements of your business and what kind of goals you have established. And another thing you want to do is have KPIs for your business. And KPIs are key performance indicators. So if you've worked a 9 to 5, that's what your boss may have used to evaluate your performance. Well, now that you're on your own and you're in your business, you should have your own key performance indicators to measure what you do in your business so that you stay active, you stay focused on accomplishing your goals, and you stay focused on growing. Thank you for listening to the Boss Experience podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and watch my next episode. Take care and be well.